But if you start with a smaller amount, you're going to purchase more every single time. Because the more that they can see on your shelves, the more prosperous they believe you are.
Is 10 to 15K enough to start a smoke shop business?
At a flea market. At a flea market. That's the only place that 10 or 15 is going to do for you. Everything else, man, you get a store, you got to start thinking about what's insurance cost, what's decoration cost, you know, like paint, and maybe you want to get funky on the floors. I don't know. Maybe you want to do concrete, but stain ain't cheap either. And display cases, what's that shit cost? Even if you get them off Marketplace, I'm hearing $10,000 wanting to get you in the door to most locations now. So let's say that the rent is $1,500 a month. That don't sound like a lot of money, does it? Well, first and last month's rent's $3,000. Your security is another $1,500, which is $4,500. Then you got to have insurance. Then you got to have your license to get in there. Man, I'm eating that $10,000 up like it's going out of style. Whereas a flea market, I can get me a little general business license, general sales tax number. I also have to get a tobacco license. Now we're talking about $500. Well, I still got $9,500 to put in an inventory. Well, I gotta have display cases. Well, chances are there's somebody in there trying to sell 3 or 4 of them. And if not, man, Facebook Marketplace. I literally looked up Facebook Marketplace this morning for a guy I was on the phone with and found 19 in the first few lines in his area. All he had to do is get his pickup truck, drive over there and pick them up for $100 a pop. So let's say you got 10 of them. Let's say you got $1,500 in them. Now I got $2,000. That's it. Now we don't have to paint the walls because it's all it is what it is. But if we wanted to, we could. Let's call it another $500 with walls and chain link fence to lock it all up, you know, a couple good nice padlocks. You know, $2,500, which leaves me about $7,500 plus the rent, but you only pay the rent per weekend, but you can pay for a full month. And I don't know what that's gonna cost you now. I got an idea what it costs in this area, which is about $100 a day. Sometimes 80 bucks, depending on how much you put out there. So then we set up shop, man, in a small area. Let's call it $7,000. Let's just call it $7,000. That's quite a bit of shit, man. I can set you up with quite a bit of shit personally at UNS Wholesale, and if you pick me as your rep, that's what you'll get. I can get you up and running, basically up and running for about $5,000. But you're gonna have to place an order every weekend. As soon as Monday morning comes, you better be hitting Chad up, paying with your little credit card, getting it shipped out that day, and we put in $5,000 worth of shit. If we sell $5,000, we order $5,000. We don't take any profit, but I think that it's all in how you purchase. But if you start with a smaller amount, you're going to purchase more every single time because you're going to want them to see how that works. Because the more that they can see on your shelves, the more prosperous they believe you are.